So let's get started right now. So welcome to the webinar. I'm Dr. Rita McGuire. I'm the Chief Medical Officer here at Wakana, and we are going to be talking about losing weight with CBD, with cannabidiol. We're going to talk about our challenge that we have. We started a challenge. It started August the 1st. It's our Flat Belly Gummy Challenge. Yes, we all want a healthy belly. We want a flat belly. We want to also address some other things, not just weight loss, but reducing inflammation, just improving our immune system, because I don't need to tell you what's going on in the world, but we've got this ugly Delta variant of the coronavirus that's just rearing its ugly head. So we absolutely want to be on these products. So let's move right along. Our flat belly products for our Flat Belly Gummy Challenge includes our Flat Belly Gummy, our Flat Belly Brew, which is our coffee, and our Flat Belly Bitters. We're going to go through all three of these products, and we're going to really talk about some really key ingredients that you should know about, and you really should have a general idea of how CBD works in the body to get you to your goal, really to get you to the best version of you. So the Flat Gummy Challenge, or the Gummy Challenge, started August 1st. No worries, you're not too late. You can jump right in there. It goes through August 10th, which is 15 days before a national holiday. That's Dr. Rita's birthday. You can jot that down, October 25th. And this is a really great challenge because it really helps you to embrace a healthy, active lifestyle if you haven't already embraced one. We have three amazing products, again, that we're going to talk about tonight: our gummies, our brew, our coffee, and our tea. We're going to talk about some fun functional movements that you can engage with here with our Wakana Nation, as well as our delicious meal plan that you will find in our ebook. We'll talk about how CBD not only boosts your metabolism, but burns fat, how these products help to curb your cravings, those cravings for sugar, those cravings for those really bad carbs. They're called refined carbs. And really how these products overall increase your energy. You know, your fatigue is one big factor in why we're sedentary, why many of us don't want to work out or can't work out, right? The challenge has some amazing prizes you can win. First place grand prize is an expense-paid trip for two. Stay tuned to the destination. Second prize, or second place, is $1,000 cash. Yes, you heard me, $1,000 cash. And third place is $500 cash and free products. So we're going to talk about the products. We're going to talk about the ingredients. We're going to talk about CBD and how it works as it relates to weight loss. Now, this package that you will need to be successful, to win, right, is our Gummy Challenge package. This package is $159.95. It includes 2 bottles of the Flat Belly Gummies, 2 containers of the Flat Belly Coffee, and 1 bitter tea. So you want to get that package. Whoever invited you, they will send you to their website so you can get that done as well. This challenge, you want to include yourself in our Facebook page. It has what we call our community that is engaging in this challenge. We're all like-minded. We all want to be in the best shape, in the best version of ourselves. So you will also have this ebook that has recipes, that gives you information about healthy gut. It will give you information about how you can use these foods to change the trajectory of your health and your wellness. So you want to get that ebook, amazing recipes that Melissa and I have put together, amazing information that you want to get. So let's talk about why people eat. What are some of the factors for food consumption? One big one is sleepy or feeling low energy, right? I'm guilty of it. When I work 48, 36, 72 hours, it's really that I'm tired. It's not that I'm hungry. But many times when you're tired, you'll find yourself thinking that you're hungry and you start to overeat. Emotional eating, eating for comfort foods. See, this used to all be me 7 years ago. I'd have a rough day at the hospital. I would go straight to Gibson's on Rush Street. I would get a double baked potato, a porterhouse steak, cream spinach, apple martini, French fries, and those ribs. I would eat all of that, right? I figured that I deserved it. I was stressed out and I deserved those comfort foods. Mental fogginess, right? Mental fogginess, you want to get yourself alert. What do? You grab a Coke or a Pepsi, something full of sugar to wake you up. And then there's that person that just desires to clean their plate. And you know, right now I'm going to talk about my 30-year-old. I'm going to tell on my Jacob, right? Unfortunately, my Jacob got COVID about 2-3 months back. He's fine. He's perfectly fine now. But he lost his sense of taste and smell. So you would think that Jacob would take, 10, 15 pounds and be down. But he continued to eat. Despite the fact that he didn't have a sense of taste or smell, he just felt like he was hungry. He just felt like he needed to eat the food in his refrigerator, right? So sometimes we have that desire just to clean our plate. And then there's social eating and events. We're all guilty of it. We get a new job, we go out to eat. We get fired from a job, we go out to eat. Baby showers, weddings, social gatherings. It's all centered around food and many times alcohol, right? And then there's a nutritional deficiency. When we are deficient in iron, when we're deficient in vitamins, like critical vitamins like B, etc., we start to eat foods and things that are not healthy. We start to eat dirt or clay. That's anemia. That's when people have low irons, they start eating ice, or they'll eat clay and dirt and things like that. And then there's just boredom or just habit. You just have a habit of going in the refrigerator for no reason. You're not hungry. You've eaten your dinner already, but you just are bored and you just want to find something to eat. So these are many reasons and factors why we overconsume food, and we begin to be overweight. So let's talk about cannabis. Let's talk about how cannabis can help us to not only lose weight, but address some comorbidities like diabetes and hypertension and heart disease and cholesterol, many of these things that those who are overweight have, and how it can help us to be the best version of ourselves. So cannabis, the plant, has over 100 plus what we call compounds or cannabinoids that it makes. But the two most important ones are THC, or delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol, and CBD, or cannabidiol. This plant has two species. One species gets you high. It's called marijuana. And I know many of you have heard of marijuana before. We're not going to talk about marijuana tonight because we're not talking about getting high. But let's talk about hemp. Let's talk about the part of the plant that gives us the health benefits without the high. See, hemp, unlike marijuana, has high levels of CBD or cannabidiol, has very trace amounts of THC, or delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol. That is the part of the plant that gets you high. And this is why hemp doesn't get you high, because it has 0.3% or less by definition of THC. Large amounts of CBD, the healthy compound, and very trace amounts of the part that gets you traditionally high in marijuana. So when we look at CBD or cannabidiol, it has a long list of medicinal properties. See, cannabis has been used since 2737 BC. It's been used for arthritis. It's been used for pain. It's been used for mental illness. It's been used for reducing inflammation. But there are other medicinal properties that CBD has. It helps to reduce bacterial infections. It helps to reduce cancer from metastasizing. It helps to reduce the immune system from being overreactive in conditions like multiple sclerosis and lupus and fibromyalgia and rheumatoid arthritis. It helps to relieve anxiety. It helps to relieve depression. It is a vasorelaxant. So when we talk about conditions where blood flow is compromised, conditions like erectile dysfunction or high blood pressure, hypertension, CBD can come in and really reduce and to put the body back in balance. It can reduce inflammation. It can reduce pain. And then there's other cannabinoids that you see in this slide that also work with CBD to help reduce inflammation, to help to allow that restorative sleep that we all need and want. It helps to reduce fungal infections, viral infections. It helps to stimulate the appetite in many instances, if the body needs it, if you're dealing with someone who is undergoing cancer treatment, but it can also help suppress the appetite for those who are looking to lose weight, reduce weight, or even maintain weight. So there's a whole host of medicinal properties that these compounds that come from the cannabis plant, that come from the hemp species, that put our body into balance and to help us to be whole. Now, these are the most popular reasons that people use CBD: anxiety, insomnia, inflammation, depression, tension, headaches, and chronic pain. These are the most popular reasons. But there's another reason that's becoming very popular, and we know here at Wakana, and it's for weight loss. Yes, CBD for weight loss. Cannabidiol can help you lose weight. And it does that by aiding in suppressing your appetite, in what we're going to talk about, fat browning. It helps to improve your metabolism, and it actually helps to reduce the risk of metabolic disorders like diabetes, like hypertension, high cholesterol, any of those metabolic disorders that tend to put weight on us. So a fast fact is that CBD is thought to melt away fat in the body. It does that by breaking down the fat, and it also helps to eliminate waste from our body. And we'll talk about how important eliminating waste is. We'll talk about the fact how important detoxification is when we talk about our bitter. So when we look at the science behind how CBD helps us lose weight, it's important to look at the science. You may not want to hear about the science tonight, but it's important to hear about it because many people may think that CBD is a snake oil, that it's some magical potion that claims to work for weight loss, but there's real science behind it. And the science is through the endocannabinoid system, which we'll talk about. And this system we all possess. Every human being, every vertebrate, anybody that has a spinal cord has an endocannabinoid system. And this system has receptors that when we consume CBD, the CBD binds to receptors in our body and sends signals. It can send a signal to our brain to help suppress our appetite. It can send signals to different areas in our body and blood vessels to reduce inflammation. It can really help the receptors not only in our central nervous system, in our brain, but also in our immune system. So these receptors, CB1 and CB2, research has shown that it's really the activation of CB1 receptors that really help those who are battling obesity or those who are overweight, those who have cholesterol issues, diabetes, hypertension, where CBD can be very, very effective. So this is the human endocannabinoid system. And this system is really, really important that you understand that this is the science on how CBD works. So when you take our flat belly gummy, when you drink our flat belly brew, when you drink our bitter tea, it's these receptors that are looking to put our body back in balance. So the CB1 receptors, as you can see on the very left side, is important in modulating and regulating our appetite, helping our immune cells to be more function adequately, help to reduce pain, our memory, our thinking, our thought, our mood. You know, the CB2 receptors are important too, because they are found in our cardiovascular system, our central nervous system, our pancreas, these key organs, these main organs that are affected when we're overweight, these main organs that are affected when there's inflammation in our body. Inflammation causes the introduction of diseases, chronic diseases like arthritis, like diabetes, like hypertension, and high cholesterol. So when we think about cannabis, many of you will say, but hey, Dr. Rita, I thought that cannabis gives you the munchies. Well, it does when we're talking about THC. But again, tonight we're not concentrating on THC. We're talking about CBD. We're talking about hemp-derived CBD, the part of the plant that gives us the health without the high. So when you consume CBD, no, it doesn't do what happens to you when you consume THC or marijuana. You get the munchies. The opposite happens, right? So there was a study that noted that CBD actually helps to suppress your appetite. It helps to control obesity. It helps to control those cravings. Why? Because there's receptors in the central nervous system that regulate and modulate cravings. It could be cravings for alcohol. It could be cravings for sugar and carbs. It could be cravings for drugs like opioids and others, and nicotine. So CBD is very, very important in working on those receptors in the central nervous system. Well, let's talk about fat browning, because this is something else that CBD does to help us lose weight. And there's a lot of research that you can find about what we call fat browning versus white fat. So there's white fat that's predominantly found and responsible for storing and supplying energy while insulating your organs, like your kidneys, your liver, your pancreas. And then there's the accumulation of this white fat that increases in chronic conditions such as heart disease and diabetes. And what they found in this research is that when you consume CBD, it takes that white fat and it converts it into brown fat. See, brown fat burns calories. Brown fat increases your metabolism. So people who have healthier weight tend to have more brown fat than they do white fat. So this is why CBD is very, very promising therapy for preventing diabetes. You know, we want to start on the prevention side too. There are people that, yes, are obese, but there are also others who want to prevent that from happening. And CBD is a very promising therapy through research to turn that white fat into a brown fat. So again, CBD and weight loss. One, it has the ability to reduce your appetite. How does it do that, Dr. Rita? Well, there's science. It does it through the endocannabinoid system. It does it through activating those CB1 receptors in the brain and the central nervous system. Two, CBD can cause weight loss. How? By turning that bad fat, that white fat, into brown fat. Three, it can also increase the metabolism. It does that by stimulating proteins and genes that play a very critical role in the breakdown of fat, boosting your metabolism, boosting your energy and burning calories. And 4, it reduces the risk of metabolic disorders. It does that again by activating those CB1 receptors, by coming in and reducing inflammation. By reducing inflammation, it reduces the risk of high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, and obesity. Because remember, when we think about chronic conditions, they all have a common denominator, and that's inflammation. CBD is an anti-inflammatory. It will come in and reduce that inflammation. So I thought this was a really cool study. They did it on rats. But what they found was that when they gave rats, they injected rats CBD, 1.1 to 2.3 milligrams per pound of their body weight, what they found was that there was a significant reduction in body weight. They found a significant reduction with a higher dose and more profound effects. But what they found was that there was a significant reduction in food intake. Those rats that were given CBD had a reduction in appetite, a reduction in inflammation. And so this is why there's so much excitement about CBD and weight loss in humans. Now let's talk about how, again, CBD can reduce the risk of metabolic disorder. You know, Dr. Crawford really has educated us on metabolic syndrome. You know, the syndrome where you have an abdominal waist circumference that is unhealthy. You know, whenever you have an abdominal circumference that is unhealthy, it makes your heart work harder. And that's why many people who have a history of heart attack, heart disease, heart failure, pretty much carry their weight in their abdominal area. But they did research and they found that CBD can reduce type 2 diabetes. It can help reduce high blood pressure, and it can reduce high cholesterol. Again, working on the endocannabinoid system, putting the body back in balance, reducing inflammation, being a very powerful antioxidant. All of these effects reduce blood sugar, increase a healthier metabolism, reduce the inflammation in blood vessels that cause high blood pressure, and a reduction of cholesterol levels. So when we look at the reason why people are obese, what is it, right? It all starts in the brain. There is an imbalance of hormones. We talk about leptin and ghrelin. Those are two hormones that regulate and modulate our intake of food. There's also something called insulin resistance that happens. All of these energy expenditures are out of balance. You know, we're eating more food. We've got inflammation. We've got all this adipose around our gut. All of this causes an abnormality on how our liver metabolizes, how our stomach, how our intestines, and how our pancreas is able to produce insulin to lower blood sugar. So there's a real science behind how, when CBD is consumed, how all of these factors from the central nervous system to organs like our pancreas, our blood pressure, our blood vessels, not only in our arterial area, but our pancreas, can help reduce those metabolic conditions. Now, there's other considerations that we're going to talk about tonight because, you know, I think that it's important that you not assume that just because you eat a gummy 15 minutes before each meal, and just because you drink the coffee in the morning or maybe the afternoon, and just because you do a detox with our bitter tea, that you're just going to magically lose the weight. Well, you've got to do some other lifestyle modifications, right? We've got to talk about having a healthier diet. And that's why we are equipping you with this ebook that I absolutely need you to read and to study and to understand. Use those recipes and use those suggested meal plans. Exercise, super important to get active. We have a Wednesday 6 a.m. workout. We've got rebounders out there. If you're a rebounder, put it in the chat box. If you rebound with Dr. Roz, if you're working out on Wednesday morning with Minister Ernestine Davis and Queen Neff and Dr. Roz. Maybe you are in your own workout program, or maybe you're at home doing virtual workouts. Just do something. Find an activity that gets you active, right? So adding CBD to your weight loss plan without exercising or eating healthy may not result in the weight loss that you're looking for. And always, always consult with your physician before using CBD. Again, this is our disclaimer that we can't make any promises. We can't make any diagnoses. We can't make any claims at all that CBD can cure, mitigate anything. But what we can do is remind you of the science, remind you of all the science that's out there about CBD being an anti-inflammatory, being an antioxidant, CBD changing that white fat to brown fat, CBD reducing blood sugar levels by reducing inflammation in the pancreas, by CBD reducing blood pressure, by reducing inflammation in the blood vessels, by CBD working in the brain, the central nervous system, to help regulate leptin and ghrelin, those hormones that make you eat, working on the brain to release more dopamine and serotonin so you can sleep. All of these factors, yes, we can show you the science. Also, our products should not be used or sold to those under the age of 21. You have to be 21 or older to use CBD. So our product line is vast. We're not going to go through all of our products tonight. We're going to go through the products that are part of the Flat Belly Gummy Challenge. But just know that we have topical products, because if you're going to start working out, which you need to get active, you're going to need our topical products. If you have some soreness or pain, we have tinctures, we have other products that are smokables, and we have products that you can use in the kitchen. We have culinary products, spices. So many, many products that you can hear about on another webinar. But tonight, let's focus on our Flat Belly products. We're going to first talk about our bitter. Now, the bitter is a tea. Now, this particular tea, this bitter tea, does not contain CBD, but it is absolutely imperative that you start out with this 4-day detox. You want to cleanse your system of all the toxins. You want to get that colon cleanse. You want to get that liver detox. You want to make sure all the toxins are out before you start putting these amazing products in your body. Some of the ingredients include Cascada sagrada bark, feverview herb, cilantro, dandelion root, senna leaf, wormwood. These are all very important ingredients that help detox the liver. It detoxes the large and small intestines. They help curb the cravings, especially sugar. And we want you to use this, again, I can't stress it enough, with a diet that's healthy, that we're going to talk about in the ebook, and regular exercise. But I picked out one of my favorite ingredients that this bitter tea offers, and it's called dandelion root. A dandelion root is a great, great ingredient because it has and acts as a diuretic. You know, many times when we battle with losing weight, it's because we're retaining a lot of water. We can retain a lot of water because, one, we're not drinking enough water, or maybe we're still eating processed foods or foods that are high in sodium that causes water retention. And so I love about our detox bitter is that it contains dandelion root. It's loaded with minerals and vitamins and fiber. It helps support the healthy bacteria in our gut. It is an antioxidant, it's anti-inflammatory, and guess what? Dandelion root helps to control blood sugar and blood pressure, and it also aids in weight loss. So what I love about this program is you are getting so much for your money, right? You're getting the ability to address not only weight, but those who may have weight issues and have blood sugar issues, those who may have blood pressure issues. Because many times when people are overweight, many times they have comorbidities like hypertension and diabetes. Or maybe you may be on the line and you're not overweight. You're one of those, as Melissa Boston calls it, the unhealthy skinny person that has cholesterol issues, that may be a diabetic or hypertensive, but you're a normal weight. These products are for you as well because of all of the amazing benefits that the ingredients have. Let's move on to our Flat Belly Brew. This is our coffee that does contain 150 milligrams of CBD. Each serving is 5 milligrams of CBD. It is filled with great ingredients like green coffee bean, Garcinia cambogia, white kidney bean, green extract, and lion's mane. Garcinia cambogia is an amazing product that helps to suppress your appetite. It blocks fat production and reduces belly fat. And it also addresses cholesterol. You know, Garcinia cambogia can reduce total cholesterol by 6% or more. It can reduce that bad cholesterol, LDL, by 12%. It can also increase good cholesterol by 10% or more and reduce blood triglycerides and overall fat metabolites. So Garcinia cambogia is in that coffee that does all of those amazing things as well. And green coffee bean is in another extract that helps weight loss. And it does it by having some chemicals that are antioxidants. These antioxidants promote weight loss by reducing the absorption of fat and glucose in the gut. So it helps with the insulin resistance. So it's overall improving your metabolic function. So again, more for your money, addressing those who may be diabetic, hypertensive, and need weight management. White kidney bean is another supplement in the coffee. It is promoting weight loss because it's a starch blocker. So it inhibits the starch digestion. It helps to absorb any sugar, hopefully, that you're not eating. But that is another ingredient in aiding in weight loss. And then our green tea extract. Green tea extract can help in weight loss because it's rich in catechins. It does have a small amount of caffeine, so you need that energy as you're losing weight and working out. But it helps to burn more calories more efficiently. So it's increasing your metabolism in a safe and effective way. And then our Flat Belly Gummy, our third product. So we've talked about the bitter, we've talked about the coffee. Now let's talk about the gummies. This is 500 milligrams in the entire container. Each gummy is 25 milligrams. It also includes Caralluma, berberine, and chromium. Those are the three very key important ingredients along with the 25 milligrams of CBD. It's a broad spectrum CBD as well. So Caralluma is part of a wild plant that's found in India. It is traditionally used for long hunts. They used to eat this herb so that they wouldn't get hungry on long hunts. So it helps to suppress your appetite. It helps with weight loss by improving stamina and energy. And it also works along with CBD in those receptors in the brain that tells the brain that you're full. And it stops the storage of fat. So Caralluma is a very important ingredient that we have in the Flat Belly Gummy. Berberine. Now, berberine is the new turmeric. If any of you know about turmeric, if any of you know about black seed, berberine is the new turmeric. You're going to hear a lot about berberine. It controls diabetes. It really does work on the heart. So it helps anyone that has arrhythmias. It helps to decrease blood pressure. It helps decrease the risk of heart attacks. It's an anticoagulant, so it helps clotting in blood vessels. It is an antibiotic, a natural antibiotic. It supports our immune function. It is anti-inflammatory. It heals burns. It helps with very infectious diarrhea like C. diff. It helps to lower cholesterol. It's very important for a healthy heart, and it has antiviral properties. So berberine, needed during this global pandemic. It does everything. It is the new turmeric kid on the block. It is part of our flat belly gummy. Berberine is amazing. Do your research, do your due diligence. You will find that what doesn't berberine do? And then the third ingredient is chromium. Chromium is an essential mineral. I don't know if you remember chemistry, right? So it's a very essential mineral, but it helps to control blood sugar. I think that maybe you guys are getting the idea that these products are not only addressing weight loss, but they're addressing comorbidities that many people have that have weight issues: diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, cholesterol, and of course, Mr. Arthritis. So chromium controls blood sugar. It controls a healthy level of cholesterol. It's good for your heart. It improves cognitive function. It helps with weight loss. It maintains bone deficiencies. It helps with your vision, and it helps to reduce those cravings that we find when we have a lot of refined foods and sugars in our diet. So chromium, berberine, and caralluma are the three key ingredients that make our flat belly gummies amazing. So again, to sum it up, CBD and weight loss, yes, heck yes, CBD has been shown in many, many studies, many research, a lot of data that CBD can come in and feed our endocannabinoid system that's out of balance. It works on those receptors, CB1 receptors, that help reduce inflammation. It helps to work on the central nervous system, those transmission pathways that tell our body, our brain, that we're not hungry. We're not full, that we're still hungry. It helps to suppress our appetite. It also helps to reduce inflammation, because inflammation is the culprit in chronic conditions like obesity. Fat cells emit a lot of inflammation. That's why typically people who are overweight have issues with their knees, their shoulders, their back, right? They have arthritis as well. They have issues with cholesterol. They have issues with blood sugar. They have issues with blood pressure. So CBD can stimulate these receptors in our endocannabinoid system to help us get our body into balance, to help us metabolize and break down food, to help us have a better digestion, to help us have a healthier gut, and to help us lose weight. So the Gummy Challenge package, order it today, $159.95. You need these products. You will get 2 bottles of the Flat Belly Gummy, 2 containers of the coffee, and 1 of the bitter tea. Again, you want to go to register for the challenge at gummychallenge.com. You want to get with the person that invited you. They'll give you all the details. They'll get you on our Facebook page. You want to send your measurements, your weight to our challenge. You want to get our ebook. Our ebook is full of recipes. Our ebook is full of recommendations, a lot of information about healthy gut. You want to follow our meal plan. The recommended regimen, this is the regimen. You want to screenshot this slide. Screenshot this slide. I'll give you a minute to screenshot it. Start with a 4-day flat belly bitter detox tea. You want to start with the detox tea. You want to detox your system first. That's number 1. You take the tea bag, you put it in 32 ounces of hot water. You boil your water, you put the tea bag in there, you let the tea bag sit. You're going to drink 8 ounces of the bitter tea every day for 4 days. You can break it up. You can do 4 ounces twice a day for 4 days. But you want to detox your body first. You want to cleanse the colon. You want to get that liver detox. Then you want to start the meal plan and the flat belly gummies and the brew. You want to take one flat belly gummy 15 to 20 minutes before each meal. Each gummy is 25 milligrams. You want to also drink your coffee with your breakfast. It's a great thing to drink with your breakfast, right? Get your morning going, get that energy. But Dr. Rita, I don't like drinking coffee. How many non-coffee people are out there? Put it in the chat. No worries. You can take our coffee and put it in your smoothie. Lots of people drink smoothies. Put the gummy in the smoothie. It's a great way to get the coffee in your system. Work out with us every Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. or join our Rebound and Morning Squad. Get active. Whatever you do, just get active. Walk. It's nice out. Jump rope. I don't know. Hula hoop. Whatever your desired activity is, you want to get in at least 3 to 5 times a week, 40 to 50 minutes each workout. Ebook. Again, get the ebook that will come to you. Get with the person who invited you so we can get you all the material. Screenshot this slide. Start with the 4-day fat belly bitter, move into the product. You want to get those toxins out. Again, make your meals colorful. The more colorful, the more healthier you will be. Grains, your veggies, your lean proteins. You want to make sure you're getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep, right? I can't stress this enough. Don't think that you're going to eat a gummy 3 times a day and you're going to lose weight. You need to incorporate all of these healthy, active lifestyle, all of these healthy ways of living into this program. 7 to 9 hours of sleep is what's needed to not only restore your immune system, but if you don't get the rest you need, your fat will not go anywhere, right? It's going to be very resistant. Water, getting a gallon of water in for most people, or half your body weight in ounces. You want to make sure that you're flushing your system. You want to make sure that you're getting water in. Now, let me give you a trick. Most people drink room temperature water, but actually cold water shocks the system, shocks the fat. So you want to drink cold water. I know it's not what we've been taught, but cold water improves the metabolism, shocks the fat, and gets you where you want to go. Exercise. You want to get that weight-bearing exercise in as well as cardio. Weight-bearing exercise, you can ride your bike, you can take some light dumbbells, 3 to 5 pound dumbbells. You want to get those cardio things in, jumping jacks, push-ups will help strengthen your upper body. You want to get those core exercises in, those planks, but just get active. So that's all for me tonight. Again, you want to register for our gummy challenge. You want to join. It started August 1st. No issues. You can still join. You want to connect with the person that invited you. You want to get all of your products ordered. Go to their website, order your package today, get these products in you, and let's have a lot of fun and let's win the money. So I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to open it up for some questions. And we've got our medical advisory board on the line. Can you guys unmute yourself and take some of the questions? Labor and Delivery is calling me, so I got to make a quick call to Labor and Delivery. But if you can answer some of the questions that you see in the chat, I would appreciate that from my medical advisory board.
Okay. Let me see.
I see there, this is Dr. Tice. I see there's a question about, will the ebook be hard copy? I doubt that, just for the amount of pages in that.
I can't hear you, Dr. Crawford, if you're talking.
Yeah,
I can hear you, Dr. I can hear you, Dr. Croft.
Right, okay. Yeah, I'm unmuted. Maybe that's Dr. Rita. So, yeah, I don't believe the book will be hard copy because that's a lot of pages. You can download the book, and if you desire, print it yourself.
Yeah, it's an ebook.
And
They say, can you add anything to the coffee, Dr. Tyus?
so you don't want to add anything that has a lot of sugar and cream in there. So I am not a coffee, I'm one of the ones that's not a coffee drinker. I have added it to my smoothie. I followed the dentist's recommendation and drink it through a straw. But as far as adding, the one thing I did find for my bitters is a beet, BEET sugar. So that's low, and following the servings, you know, just to add a little bit of taste to it. But, you know, most people who drink coffee add, you know, sugar and cream, and that's not what we're trying to do.
The
Monk
Gut
fruit, too.
Buster, the Gut Buster
Yeah.
coffee, Dr. Tyus. That's what I had today. That's in our ebook and our recipes.
Okay,
And I actually did not get hungry.
okay.
Practice that, but that's exact. I felt totally satisfied, not hungry, and that's in the recipes for our meal plan. It's the coffee. You warm it up at about 8 ounces. You put 2 teaspoons of MCT oil, 1 teaspoon of ghee, 1 teaspoon of monk sugar. And
Yep.
I'm telling you, you are not gonna be hungry.
Thank you so much, Phyllis and Dr. Crawford. Yeah, so you want to add to your coffee non-dairy. You want to add to your coffee something like monk fruit. It's a great sugar substitute. If you don't drink coffee black, those are some of the recommendations. Almond milk, coconut milk, monk fruit. But what I would challenge you to do is to try our coffee black. Our coffee is so smooth and so, it's just a very good tasting, smooth coffee. So try it black first, because many of my customers, many people on the line love drinking it black. Try it black, because this whole journey we're about to go on together is really a shift in your mindset, right? It's a shift in your mindset where you think you need all this sugar, but you really don't. So try it black. If you're not a coffee drinker, put it in your smoothie. If you need something in your coffee, you can use non-dairy creamers. You can use coconut milk, you can use almond milk, you can use monk fruit. It goes on and on. Some people add pea milk, oat milk, monk fruit. The list is on and on. There's so many alternatives these days to using those toxic dairy creamers and sugar.
There are 2 questions also. One is, if you already are on blood pressure and cholesterol medication, is it safe to use CBD?
Yes, so you want to let your physician know that you're going to use CBD, because many times what we're finding in many of our patients, when they start using CBD, their blood pressure starts to normalize, their blood sugar starts to normalize, and their blood cholesterol starts to normalize. So you want your physician to be on board, so your physician can start to wean you off of a lot of medications that you will find will not be needed. That all of these numbers, as you start to lose weight, as we start to address inflammation and reduction in inflammation, all of these numbers start to improve. And so you want your doctor to safely start to wean you off of medications. So the answer is yes. And the other part of the answer is make sure that you let your physician know that you are going to use CBD.
There's one about any suggestions for someone who is caffeine sensitive.
So if you're caffeine sensitive, I would recommend not using an entire scoop. I would use half of a scoop of the coffee, and I would dilute my coffee. So instead of 6 to 8 ounces, I would do half a scoop and half a scoop in about 10 to 12 ounces. And that's what I would recommend to dilute it. Start there. If you find that that's too much, then I would dilute that to 12 ounces of water with half a scoop or less of the coffee. So the coffee is a natural caffeine from green tea extract and white kidney bean. So it's a natural form of caffeine. So many people who are sensitive to caffeine notice that they don't have that sensitivity when they're using natural forms of caffeine. So dilute the water or dilute the coffee by using more water and using half of a serving.
This is more of a, I think, an individual question. What product would you recommend for a person who needs energy? Heart is only working at 20%.
Oh, that person definitely needs clearance by their cardiologist. That sounds like an ejection fraction that's not normal. So that's someone that is has to get clearance from their cardiologist first.
And one of the last questions, where do you find hemp powder?
Hemp what?
Powder, Powder. I guess
They're
that's
talking about for a smoothie. I found mine on Amazon. But the hemp powder is also in the shopping list. And so yeah.
Powder. You found
Yes,
it on Amazon, Kathy?
I did.
Oh, cool. So you find it on Amazon.
Julie says that she would love to share.
Julie? Share, you can share. If you could say her name again so I can move her over to share.
Julie
Causey.
Can you raise your hand?
Sure.
I see her here.
I'll move her over. Julie, here.
I found her, Dr. Ross. I mean, Dr. Rita.
Thank you. Someone found hemp powder at the grocery store. Thank you, Beatrice.
Cool.
Julie, would you like to share?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, oh my God, I'm like, I've been dying over here. Like, oh my God. You all have no idea about the bitters. Really? I'm jumping up and down. For real. Like, I wish I could see myself. I'm looking at you, Dr. Rita. You smiling like, oh. But when I say I have had issues with my stomach, intestinal, whatever, trying to eliminate all kinds of stuff, had issues over the years. I have spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars on detoxes and talk to nutritionists, talk to naturalists. When they were like, take this, drink 16 ounces of this, 16 ounces of that. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I'm like sitting like, okay, nothing's happening. And then she was like, okay, maybe you need to drink more. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? So when I say the bitter, when I was introduced to the bitter, when it first, y'all can see me. I didn't know it was on camera.
I can see you. You're beautiful.
Thank you. But I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, anyway, I'm so excited. I can't even contain myself. But when I say, y'all see, ooh, bam. Anyway.
Oh, look at that stomach. Look at that flat belly.
What? Anyway, when I first did the bitter, it's nasty as hell. I'm telling everybody, take it to the head. It's worth it. Don't try and add none, because you defeat the whole process when you try to add and make it, good for you to swallow. Take it to the head. Trust me, when I say I took it, 8 ounces, 8, as opposed to the 16, 32 plus ounces. 8 ounces woke me up out my sleep. And I was, in the bathroom. I mean, like moving. I'm moving. When I say my stomach, I'm just so excited. You all have no idea. This product is incredible. And for someone who has been searching for a detox, for an eliminator to clean my body, like really clean, you can go to the bathroom and get off the toilet and be like, oh my God, I feel like I have not done what I need to do. But when I say woke me out my sleep, so anybody who tries it, I would suggest take it at night so you know how it's going to work with your body. And if you got stuff to do in the morning, don't take it if you got something to do the first time. Trust me, just be able to,
Be at home.
regulate how it's going to move you. But when I say it works, I love everything about Wakanda products. I promise you, I just had to been there like, what? I'm like, the hair product, I'm waiting on a gallon size. Because really, a 32 ounces not doing my justice for my clients or my pocket. I need the gallons. I need the gallon. Everything about Wakanda, all the black seed oil. You got a toothache, girl, buy it. If I didn't know about black seed oil back then, please just switch your, gargle with the black seed oil. You'll forget you got a tooth pain. Black seed oil is like the truth. The detox is the bomb. The flat belly coffee. My body is insane. I'm just like, my hair. Oh my God, I love everything. I just I was like, please let me talk. Please.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
And my mother's like, okay, Julie. Okay, Julie. What? And why is that enough? It's not enough. It's never enough when you praising your body and you feeling good. Sorry. And my mom, love her to death. She's always been my pioneer and my truth seeker. But if I'm shouting to the rooftops about this product, let me shout. Because it works. Every product. Stop, Mom. Every product works.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you.
I love it.
I love it too. Wonderful. Thank you for that share. Thank you for that share. We are going to end our call. It's 9 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock on the East Coast. If you're a guest on the line, connect with the person that invited you. Yes, that package is $149, not $159. Thank you for reminding me. That is a great price. We want you to get registered for our Flat Belly Gummy Challenge. We want you to win the money. Yeah, we want to see who's going to win this thing. But more importantly, we want to be the best version of ourselves, right? More importantly, that is what we want. We want to start to engage in a healthy, active lifestyle. We want to really start these new ways of eating, cooking, preparing food, and getting these amazing products in our bodies. So,
Dr. Rita?
Yeah.
One more bit of advice. Brenda says that she's taken the bitter drink cleansing for 2 days and nothing has happened. I'm assuming she's talking about elimination, but I'm not sure. She said, what should she do? What would you suggest on day 2 here?
To continue the 4-day regimen, to increase her water. She probably is not drinking half her body weight or more of water. Water, continue the 4-day detox.
Yes, everybody is different. And for some people, it takes 3 days for whatever you ate from your mouth to go all the way through your body, because you got about 5, a lot of intestines in there, at least 5 feet.
Drink more water, cold water, cold water, cold water. Wonderful. Okay, well, that's it for us this evening. Thank you, Medical Advisory Board. Thank you, Julie, for that testimony. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Dr. Crawford, and all of those that shared all of your knowledge. Thank you, business partners, for showing up like you show up on Wednesday. And thank you, guests. Yes, we want you to get engaged in our Facebook page. We want you to get engaged in our challenge. We want you to find out more about our company and other products. So look out for our webinar Zoom on Saturday morning so that you can get more information about our other products. But let's get started tonight with this flat belly challenge. Let's get those products ordered and let's get involved, and we'll see you. Be well, be safe, and again, we'll see you next Wednesday night.